my parents were from that generation where things were all sensitive or emotional, don't get discussed. Yeah.
Have you ever been told just pray?
Oh no, man. Just pray. Just pray. It'll go. Things will. It's in God's hands. I, in a sense, because I was religious at one point, do believe that somehow it's in God's hands. Maybe that's just a way of me saying it's not in my control. Things will still work out.
I think that's just some sort of spiritual vent session.
So
you're not getting insight from like a therapist or anything, but if you're like praying, you're like talking to some whatever deity or whatever the fuck. It's not like you're getting guidance from it. Like you're literally just like saying, this is happening to me. So like finding a way to express yourself, which, is perfectly like valid and everything, but like don't expect some invisible dude in the sky to fix it for you.
Yeah. And then that's where I think that's let go of God, so to speak.
Let go of God. Jesus take the wheel.
Let Jesus take go, whatever. But also I'm like, this is also my life. I get to participate in this shit and take responsibility. So I'm a huge proponent of like, I'm going to do my part to make sure that it does work. I thought, what book was it? The whole, I think Book of James, like the whole faith without good works is a dead faith. So there's
maybe
that. But I remember that whole, what do you call it? That's what my youth minister said. Like, don't just pray. You got to put in the work too, dude. Don't expect God to fix it. It's the same thing as like testing. Or manifesting.
We talked about it.
Yeah. So like, and I see that with Jordan's great grandpa in terms of like, we don't talk about our feelings or emotions.
Yeah, that was it. Like this tragedy or like this like imperfection in the family happened. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. We just brush it off.
We brush off the family weirdo.
And that's actually making sense because my bad habit of like in my relationships before was when we would get into an argument and it was bad, I would come back to as if nothing happened. We would not talk about it.
Yeah, but what if it happens again?
We would.
Does the resentment pile on? Does the resentment from the previous argument pile on?
The resentment.
Yeah, that's why.
From my So then that's what happened, and that like eventually became like So it was. I would just act like nothing happened, or we talk about it, and I would just try to avoid, or it just become a very huge thing that what do you call it? An argument that would last fucking 3 days or some shit. Yeah, it was bad, and because I didn't know how to process.
Communicate.
I didn't know how to communicate. Yeah, I didn't have the tools then.
I literally didn't learn how to communicate until like in month 2 of us dating.
Oh yeah. Here's how we're gonna communicate.
Like,
so here's how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll have arguments, but like they never turn into full blown fights.